Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Kyle with Adventure Chasing, and in this episode we are back in northern Michigan getting ready to head out for an 8-day hunting camp. Behind me here we have the truck loaded down with all kinds of gear. We have our canoe, we have a bag of duck decoys, saddle hunting equipment, bows, shotguns, and pretty much everything we need to bow hunt whitetail deer and hunt waterfowl as well. So with that being said, it's safe to say this is gonna be an awesome adventure, and I can't wait to share this experience with you. We're gonna hit the road, it's time for a good drive, and the adventure begins right now. Well, as I was driving back on this 2-track, it sounded like popcorn with my truck tires riding over acorns. And before we go set up camp this afternoon, my goal is to go do a little scouting, and hopefully I can find at least one tree that I'll be able to climb and do some bow hunting out of in a few days. Now, I found this section of wilderness late last season, and if you watched my hunting videos last year, you probably saw I had a tough season, but I did track a couple big bucks in the snow right to their bed. And although I didn't capitalize, I was able to find this spot. So hopefully with a little luck and some hard work this year, we'll be able to capitalize. But with that being said, I'm gonna get suited up, go do a little scouting, and the work begins. I'd have to say, a pretty good buck made that rub. Really nice game trail right here, coming right down into this bench. Look at this. Oh my gosh, what a find. This right here is from a nice buck. This tells me a couple things. One, that this deer made it through last year's season, and you can also tell that a porcupine probably has chewed on this antler throughout the season. Another thing this tells me as well is that I'm probably the first person to walk through this section of woods this year, because this shed was an easy find and it was just laying right on the forest floor. So what a start. Well, I just found a really nice spot here. Straight in front of me I have a couple really fresh rubs on the trees. I can see a scrape in the ground, and there's a nice dip in between these ridges that'll act as a natural funnel here. So I think I'm gonna set up right here, and I'm gonna have to get up into a tree and find a good tree that I like where I'll have a good shot, but this is looking really good. I'm gonna set up right up into this oak tree. Well, I'm gonna use this saddle system to safely climb this tree and to hunt out of. This is a very similar system that a lineman would use to, say, climb a telephone pole, and it's a very safe, effective hunting system for those who like to hunt out of trees. I have my camera mount, I have a strap with some hooks where I can hang my bow and some other gear, and then straight down below right here is gonna be our kill zone. I can see a nice rub on the tree, there's a scrape on the ground, and the leaves are real turned up from deer traveling through here. I could also swing around in this saddle and shoot on top of this ridge right behind me here. So we have a lot of nice little corridors coming through, and I'm feeling pretty good about this. And as you can hear, I have a blue jay friend once again. But it's time to back out, and we'll be back to hunt in a couple days. Boom. I had to climb 3 or 4 different trees before I found a proper shooting lane that was overlooking the area I wanted to hunt, and it was more work than I thought. But we found a beautiful shed. It was a great day. I feel really confident about our spot, and I also marked several other spots as well that I felt good about too. So if we need to move, we'll be able to. But what I think I'll do for tonight, get a hotel room. That way I can rinse all the sweat off myself, and I'm not going into this hunting mission a stinky, sweaty mess where I have no control over my scent. So that's the plan, and we will see you first thing in the morning. I'm excited. This afternoon is to check out another spot that I found last year. I'm pretty sure I know where there'll be some fresh scrapes, but it's going to be tough getting in here. As you can see, it's very thick, a lot of big blueberry bogs. But if we can get in here, there's a couple nice corridors where I think we'll have a good opportunity to see something. So let's see if we can sneak in. I saw a doe cutting this little strip of hardwoods about 100 yards out. I watched her, and then a spike-horn, big spike-horn, was following her, and then they just kept going into this thick area. So I might try to sneak up a little farther and then see if we can find a spot to post up for the night. Okay, we have made it back to camp, and it is time to get a hot fire going. There's nothing like the smell of a nice cherry log in a wood stove. Well, good morning and welcome to Zero Dark 30. We are headed into the swamp. Well, I just had one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in the woods. That buck started grunting. That's what I heard first. And then that buck started fighting with a different buck that was just as big. There was a hot doe. The doe started running right to me, but it came in downwind from where I'm at, and I wasn't expecting it. And I'm pretty sure she winded me as she blew and trotted off. Now those two bucks, I'm not sure what happened to them. I know one, after it was beat, kind of trotted off, and the other one, I'm not really sure what happened to that one, but it's been about an hour and a half after that. So what I think I might do is I might move a little bit, try to get downwind of where they were at, because they came in a direction that I wasn't expecting at all. And I really tried to film some of that, but it all happened so quick. Those deer were moving full speed through the woods, fighting, chasing that doe. I've really never seen anything like that before. So this day has been an absolute rodeo. After I just checked in, I was just about to leave once again, and I saw a huge buck chase two does full speed about 100 yards away from me through these pines. It was right where I saw those bucks fighting earlier, and right where I saw that buck chasing a doe earlier today as well. I'm packed up, we're on the move. Let's go get in the action. Up this tree. Let's get him. Well, we are all set up in the tree. It's a beautiful, crisp morning. There's a big moon up in the sky. It's almost full, and we're just waiting for some daylight now. After experiencing one of the most exhilarating hunts I've ever had in my life, I was very hopeful that if I was persistent and continued to work hard, I'd have a reoccurring experience happen in the following days. However, I continued to hunt for 7 more full days from dawn until dusk without seeing any action at all. Now, this was the first time I've ever hunted during the prime rut, and it was also the first time I've ever hunted out of a saddle. So needless to say, I had my learning curves, but with heavily increased hunting pressure on this public land and not seeing any action at all, I was ready for a change of pace on day 8. Well, I just caught a little bit of movement, and a big old fat black squirrel came hopping out of a pine tree. As you can see, the wind is gusting to about 35 miles an hour, and I've been blowing around in this tree all day. I've not saw a single deer once again, but that's the way it goes. Butterfingers? His butterfinger fell out of her pocket. Not only a butterfinger, but a marshmallow butterfinger. Or a marshmallow butterfinger.
I got snacks falling out of the pocket.
And Laura bars.
Oh, and snacks for the dogs too.
The queen of snacks. Good boy. There we go. Words can't explain how excited these dogs are to embark on this float hunt with us. And the whole crew is back.
Hey!
I'm up to my neck with these deer right now, so we're gonna switch gears and do some waterfowl hunting. Today, Nicole is gonna be the captain of our vessel. I'm gonna be in the front of the canoe with the shotgun, and we're gonna see if we can find some ducks. Hopefully we can do some shooting today, but we'd at least like to find a couple spots where maybe I could set up in the morning and do some hunting as well. So it's gonna be a scouting / float hunting mission, and we will see what we can find. Oh! I'm not used to being in the front of a canoe. All right, girl. Good job, good job. Front oar, front oar. too far. A little out of range on that one, but figured I'd take a poke anyway. Oh, how did I miss that one? Rusty. Got one, baby. There we go. Duck down, baby. Girl, he's gone. Oh! Oh, there goes the canoe. Ollie's getting the duck. The canoe just tipped. But we got a duck, baby. Here we go, baby. Oh boy. Welcome to the show, people. I look back at you and you can just see the whole canoe roll right over. It's the first flip we've ever had. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why the first thing you do after you shoot is put your safety on. When the canoe dumped, I lost my phone. I thought it was a goner for sure, baby, but I just found it. It's right there. Oh, we got the phone. We came out of it scotch-free and it still works. Back on the road. We don't want any trouble, boys. Got one, baby. Well, it hasn't been the easiest day, but late in our float here, we just got a nice hen mallard, and that one was being stealthy on us. We actually floated around the corner, and I saw her take cover up in these cattails, and we just were patient. I got a shot, and I took it, so duck down, baby. Well, needless to say, our hunt was cut a little short today. Once we dumped, we were all pretty wet and cold, and it's only about 40 degrees right now. So we're gonna go get dry, figure out a game plan for tomorrow, and I will see you first thing in the morning. Well, good morning and welcome back, folks. I'm gonna get my gear loaded up here and I'm gonna head into the swamp. My goal today is to go sit on the ground, actually, right near the first spot that I hunted where we saw those couple nice bucks. And Nicole is really looking forward to spending the day at the camp, making a wood fire and enjoying the fresh snow. So we'll see what happens.
Well, the snow has really started to fall out there, and it is the perfect day for a homemade venison stew and baking a loaf of homemade sourdough bread.
Somewhere on the front porch, surrounded by friends. Music playing in the kitchen, it's just loud enough to dance. The sun shines through the branches like a diamond in my head. I see how lucky I am. Dinner's on the table, a few candles left to light. The stories we've been saving gonna take all night. The moon shines through the window like it's giving me a chance to see how lucky I am.
I've had a few really tough days in the woods, but Nicole made a homemade pot of venison stew and a loaf of fresh sourdough bread. in the Dutch oven, baby. Well, good morning and welcome back, folks. Today we're headed out duck hunting. Our goal is to hop in the canoe, paddle across the bay here, and then set up a blind and put some decoys out. To be honest, this is the first time I've ever really duck hunted over decoys like this, so it's gonna be a learning curve. It's gonna be a new experience, but we're gonna go see what happens. Thermos of coffee. A golden retriever and a Carhartt. Okay, we have arrived at our spot. All right, gonna get the decoys out. Mojo, baby. Turn them on. Okay, we'll launch our swimmer. He's swimming, baby. Look at him, there he goes, he's swimming. Beautiful out, eh? Duck down, baby. Got it. There we go. Beautiful Drake Mallard, baby. Nice. And there's a duck right there as we're leaving.
And a dog.
Come on in, bud. Well, we are set off downriver this morning. I'm gonna try to hunt inland a little bit more just because we found a couple spots on the river where we saw a lot of ducks, but they didn't allow us to get close enough to them to jump shoot them. So with that being said, we're gonna see what happens, and we have one more morning here in this adventure. Okay, well, we have arrived at our spot. Well, I just made a blind here out of some dead trees and my camo tarps, and now we're just waiting for some daylight. Well, it's a very cold, rainy, windy morning, and so far I've only saw about 4 ducks, and they landed about 100 yards downstream of where I'm at right now, and I keep hearing a lot of quacking down there, so I have a feeling there's a bunch of real ducks landed down there, and that's drawing all the ones that are flying in. And so far I'm kind of learning that I think my spinning decoy here is good. It draws them in, but once they get close, they don't seem to like it. So maybe next time I'll get a decoy where I could stop it with a remote once they see it, and that might help out my situation a little bit. But no action so far. I might take the canoe down and go shoot at those ones on the water, just so I don't have any competition. Oh, just had one flying over. Well, that was pretty interesting. I was talking to the GoPro I caught a glimpse of a duck off to my left, and then this guy came flying low right along the river, and he came from my right to left, and I didn't see him until he was already landing in the decoys. But we have a beautiful Drake mallard, and we didn't get skunked this morning. And Ollie is so close to being the best duck dog ever, but he is just very shy when it comes to actually biting the duck. That's part of the reason why I wanted Maya, our husky, to go with us yesterday, because she is everything but shy when it comes to biting a bird or any type of game for that matter. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to work with him a little bit more, but he's on his way. Got one, baby. Well, I guess my head cam wasn't rolling for that one, but nice female mallard down, and I think now it's time to head back to camp and go get some breakfast. Ollie's pretty cold, I'm chilly, it's been windy, it's been tough hunting, but we stuck it out and made it happen. We got a couple. We have made it back. Let's go see what Nicole and Maya are up to. Well, with our ducks here, I'm just gonna pluck them and breast them. We'll have 2 really nice breast fillets on each duck, plus the thighs. I'm gonna use my Rapid River folding pocket knife here. This knife is razor sharp, works great for ducks, grouse. You could gut a deer with it. It's a great knife to throw in your pack, and it's gonna work on our ducks here. Feathers are flying. Let's take a little tenderloin. Breast number 1. Breast fillet number 2. Then we have 1 thigh and 2 thighs. I think one of my favorite things about fall and winter camping is seeing the smokestack roll out of the hot tent. Hi, buddy.
Kyle does not know what he's in for.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Now that is a way to end a tough week of hunting right there. Crispy bacon and pumpkin pancakes, baby. If you've watched this channel for a while, you know we're going for the bacon pancake combo, baby.
Ollie, Maya. Well, we're in the thick of hunting season, and while Kyle likes to spend his time hunting in the woods, I love to spend my time walking in the woods and just getting to enjoy the beautiful nature that surrounds us here in Michigan, especially this time of year. Good boy.
Well, we have a beautiful fire going at camp, and we are enjoying one more night here at this campground, but the adventure will continue as in a couple days Michigan's firearm deer season opens up, and I'm going to set off on a long float hunt. So stay tuned for that upcoming episode. But for dinner tonight here, I'm going to get our duck meal prepared. We're going to do fried duck with camp potatoes over our campfire, and I am really looking forward to this meal, as this is one of my all-time favorite wild game meals. It's very simple but very delicious. and we're gonna get cooking. Well, you can see here with our duck breast, the skin just peels right off, and a lot of people like to cook this with the skin on, but I'm not going to do that for what I'm doing here tonight. And you can even see there's a little BB still stuck in there from when I shot this duck, so you always want to make sure that the BBs are removed from your duck breast before you consume it. Little roasted garlic and herb. Well, our potatoes are rocking, and we have a platter here with all of our different cuts of meat off our ducks. Let me show you. So on your left here, we have our duck thighs, and this is one of the most tender, delicate cuts of meat on the duck. One of my personal favorites, probably my favorite part on the duck. And then over to your right, we have some beautiful strips of duck breast here that I just cleaned up and sliced up nicely, and we're gonna get that all battered up here and get ready to fry. And then we have some more cuts of meat off of the neck, off of the breast, different parts of the duck. I pretty much salvaged all the meat I could off these ducks, so nothing is going to waste. And obviously I'm a die-hard, passionate outdoorsman, but being able to cook and enjoy a meal that you went out in the outdoors and harvested yourself is probably my favorite, or one of my favorite parts of the entire experience. So with that being said, we're gonna get cooking. We're gonna take our strips of duck breast, our thighs, all of our strips of meat, and put it into this bag of seasoned flour. I just added a little garlic, little salt into some flour, mixed it up, and that's all it takes. We're also gonna do a good chunk of meat with no breading at all, just some salt, pepper, garlic, little butter, and this will be a real testament and an honor to the deliciousness of this duck. We're going unbattered first. The only thing we're gonna add to this batch is a light layer of garlic salt. Okay folks, first time she has ever had duck.
First timer. He told me fishtails were good and he didn't lie, so we're gonna put the duck to the test. I was not expecting that. Only garlic salt and pepper.
No, not even just plain garlic salt.
Just a little garlic salt on here, and it is so flavorful. Tastes like a prime rib or something. It really does.
Put our thighs on this side, then just a titch of garlic salt. The wind's really picking up, so hopefully this audio is turning out okay. But our first batch of duck is done. We have a thigh here, and we're diving in. B-Duds doesn't have anything on this. That is absolutely delicious. You'll never in a million years be able to buy anything that tastes like this in a store. It's finger licking good, baby. The thighs are out of this world. Honestly, between venison, any kind of venison, wild game, fish, I have to say a duck thigh. A duck thigh and probably a grouse thigh are my favorite wild game cuts of meat ever. But now we're going for our breast. This is just out of this world. It's tender, it's flavorful, so simple to cook. You really just can't beat it. I'm just on cloud 9 right now.
Closed all of the curtains, cleaned up all the wires.